Should I be disappointed after that? No, I don't think so. Come on. It's Liverpool at Anfield. It's always going to be a tough game, but yeah, I'm disappointed. I can't help it. We've been so good in these games. We beat Liverpool not so long ago in the Community Shield. Yes, no one cares about it, but we've beaten Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool. We've done so well against the big teams recently, and we were due a bad game, I guess. And to be fair, I don't think bad's the right word. We weren't bad tonight. I think that we could have done better in some areas. I think maybe the lineup could have been a little different. I would have put Gabriel in there personally, but do you know what? I can't really say that we deserve to get anything but a loss. We didn't deserve a draw or a win. It's as simple as that. Liverpool were the better team tonight, so I don't want any Arsenal fans upset at this. It's one of those things. This is the toughest fixture of the season, and it's done now. We can all just relax. I'm looking at the stats now. I'm on the WhoScored.com match centre. They've given Liverpool a 6.8 rating out of 10, and Arsenal a 6.29 or a 6.3. I think that's probably about right. I think Liverpool could have scored a few more. Arsenal could have scored a few. Lacazette had... you can just see the picture. Says it all, really. He came off and was fuming. He had a bad game. He may have got the first goal, which was really lucky, but he could have scored a few more. Aubameyang had a stinker today. Bellerin didn't have a particularly good game. I don't think it was a tough one, man. Total shots, we've got 21 shots going Liverpool's way. 4 shots from Arsenal. That's just never, ever, ever going to be enough to win a game against a team like Liverpool. They had 2/3 of the ball. 66% possession. Their pass success was better. Their dribbling rates were higher. Yeah, it is what it is. They had way more corners as well. Look, we went with a defensive lineup. There's no doubt about that. Playing 2 DMs, Xhaka and El Neni, playing Bellerin and Tierney, Maitland-Niles as wing-backs. You know, it is a defensive setup, but this is what worked in the Community Shield. It's what worked against Man City. It's what worked in the final of the FA Cup against Chelsea. Just going with a bit more of a defensive lineup. I thought we looked a lot better with Ceballos when he came on. He can still do defensive work. He just gives us a little bit more in the transition, I feel like. So I would have started Ceballos over El Neni. And by the way, not throwing any shade at El Neni, he was fantastic tonight. Maybe not fantastic, but he was good. For me, though, the biggest miss was arguably our best player of the season so far, and that is Gabriel. Gabriel, 2 man-of-the-match performances in a row, and then he's dropped. Now, I can understand why. I think Mikel thought that he would be... It's early days, of course. He's a fresh signing. He's new to the league, but he might have been an issue with Salah. Now, when we play with Gabriel and when we've played against West Ham and Fulham, we've had the ball. We've been able to not worry about being counter-attacked so hard. And I think he was worried that maybe Gabriel, who does often shift way out on that left side when we've got the ball, that would have been an issue. He wanted Tierney there. So maybe put Gabriel in the middle and maybe not bring in Luiz, who wasn't particularly great tonight. I don't know. It is a tough one. Maybe we should have gone with 4 at the back. So you have Tierney at left back, Gabriel at left centre back, and it's easy to sit here after a game or during a game as someone just watching the match and saying, why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? There's no doubt in my mind, because I back the manager. Mikel Arteta has done such a good job for us. He had a plan in his head, and this fit the plan, and it just didn't work out tonight. I'd give Mikel a 6 out of 10. You know, normally I'd be coming away from these games because we've won them and say, Mikel Arteta, man, he's a genius. He's done so well. It just didn't work today. Whether or not that's the system or the lineup, the decision he made with the lineup, it might literally just be a case that Liverpool are a better football team. I mean, it wouldn't be crazy to say that, would it? And they didn't even have a full strength side. You know, they were missing Thiago. I think Thiago would have been really good for them today. They are bringing on players like Milner still in 2020. I mean, he's still a great player, don't get me wrong. But I just feel like sometimes it's not a case where you blame the selection, you blame the manager, you blame the players. I think for this one, definitely in this example of this match, you just have to say, well done, Liverpool, you were better. They were very, very good. I was so impressed with Wijnaldum, Fabinho and Keita. The midfield 3 were superb tonight. I've got to say, though, defensively, they still have issues. There's no doubt. You know, we maybe didn't get many shots, but the chances we had were so badly defended. You've got to be wondering what's going on there. Van Dijk does not look the same player this season so far. Gomez, there's a mistake in him. Robertson had a huge error that led to our opening goal. Trent was decent, nothing too crazy. I think Liverpool definitely need to work on that. But going forward, I mean, when you've got Mane, Salah, Firmino, or Firmino, I hate calling him Firmino. Sometimes it just slips out. When you've got a front three like that, you just, sometimes they're just going to outdo you. You know, it's just as simple as that. And I would argue that Mane, Firmino, and Salah versus Tierney, Luiz, and Holding, it's a bit of a mismatch. I still see Tierney as a left wing back. I really do. I think he's going to be so much better on that left side. If we do bring in an Aouar, a Partey, if we go to 4 at the back, Tierney should own that left back position and get forward. I think he's fine as a left centre back. He does the trick. He's fine, but it's not the best. I think Gabriel is definitely the better option. But with the 3 at the back formation, Tierney's done more than fine at centre back. So yeah, there isn't really much to say other than Liverpool were the better team tonight. And I just think Arteta just didn't pan out tonight. But it is what it is. I'm going to give my Arsenal man of the match to Leno. I would say Leno was our best player. He was pretty remarkable in goal. A lot of people saying that we're going to regret selling Martinez. The way I see it is we got 20 million out of that. A keeper that has been at the club for so long but never made it until the final 6 months or so. Not even that. I think it's probably shrewd business at the end of the day because he was never going to be the starting keeper when you've got a player like Leno. So the 20 mil will go into the Aouar or Partey deal. I honestly think we'll get one of those. So we'll get one of those players. And part of the reason that we'll get them is because of the sale of Martinez. Whilst it sucks, it is what it is. But Leno is clearly still one of the best keepers in the league, and he kept us in it at times today. The one thing that I've got to talk about, though, now I said this on my stream, which, by the way, this was my biggest stream in God knows how long. We had over 3,500 people in there. Absolute madness. Thank you so much if you came out, if you followed, subscribed, whatever. I really appreciate that. I said it in stream. What would have happened? You know when we scored and they instantly brought it back to 1-1? Let's just say we go back a few years, we're under Emery or Wenger as management. What would have happened there? 100%, I can say it with confidence, we would have capitulated. We would have been going in at half-time 4-1 down. We would have got just absolutely annihilated as soon as they got back in the game. But that didn't happen. We look a lot more resolute, a lot more of a unit defensively right now with Arteta than we have done in so long. We look so much better at not capitulating and not having a disastrous 30 minutes after conceding, because that is what has happened for many, many years. Arsenal fans will know the pain that I'm talking about. You know it. We will score first. You know, I remember we scored first against Bayern, got beat 5-1. Liverpool 5-1 after scoring first. It happened so often. We would score, concede, and then get battered. That hasn't happened today. Yes, it's still 3-1, but they didn't batter us. They didn't absolutely destroy us for 30 minutes straight and just end the game there and then. So that is an improvement. We've seen the improvement over the last few months with the City win, the Liverpool win, the Chelsea win in the final, that we can beat these teams, but it's not going to happen every game. It just isn't. So that is one thing to take from this as a massive positive. The fact that we didn't capitulate and that we went to Anfield and gave them a good game. It wasn't a bad performance. It just wasn't enough. But fair play to Liverpool. In terms of my predictions, a lot of people are asking me still, who do I think is going to win the league out of Liverpool and City? I think those two teams are still the only teams that can realistically do it. It's tough because if you asked me a few days ago, I might have said City. But after their disastrous game yesterday against Leicester, I don't know. It's really, really going to be quite tight. I think, obviously, it's Liverpool's title to lose. You know, it's very difficult to retain the league, and it doesn't happen very often. And if Liverpool do go on to win the title again, it's because they fully deserved it. It won't be that everyone else was bad again. I think most teams are improving this year, and I think City will still be a strong push for that first position. I think now that they've signed Ruben Diaz as centre-back, I think that's going to help massively. But losing against Leicester, I mean, I'm doubting them a bit now. They shouldn't be losing games like that. So for me, right at this second, it's probably going to be Liverpool. But We don't know. We're 3 games in. There is 35 games to go. Undoubtedly, there's going to be a pause with the coronavirus. I'm sure there will be a wave 2 suspension. It's going to be postponed for a few weeks, so there's going to be that in between. And who knows when this season will end? It might not get to the full 38 games. Who knows? Maybe we'll have what happened in the French League. Maybe it'll get voided in February. Who knows? But I do feel like right now, I'm siding with Liverpool. But part of me hopes that City do push them right to the end, because that would be much more fun to watch. But again, thank you so much for watching this series. I absolutely love doing the watch-alongs and then the Operation Arsenal. My throat doesn't like it. You can probably tell. Man, it hurts after a while. I've been talking for like 3 hours straight. So I love it. I'm very privileged to do this as a job. So thank you so much. You have to know I'm so grateful for it. I will go to bed tonight, even though we've lost, as a happy man, knowing that this is something I'm able to do. And I hope you guys enjoy it. So thank you so much for watching. And I will see you for this exact fixture again. We're going to get some deja vu on Thursday night. FIFA 21 career mode with Arsenal will start on that day. And then there's another watch along. So Thursday is a big day and I will see you guys then.